Je zaujímavé, že namiesto toho, aby sme od týchto udalostí utekali, aby sme hovorili, že stačilo, už nikdy viac.
It is interesting that, instead of moving away from these events and saying that enough is enough, we are once again talking about war in Europe with great ease, as if it were nothing. They are beginning to tear down and organize attacks on monuments to Red Army soldiers. I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my ears when I read about Kossis. Apparently, the Red Army Memorial needs to be covered so that people can't get to it and read the inscription, "Glory to Russian Arms." Anyone who can read knows that this slogan does not come from World War II but from the Napoleonic Wars. They are forbidding me to travel, saying that I cannot go to commemorate the end of World War II. On Tuesday, I spoke on the phone with the president of the Party of European Socialists. I send my regards from here in Dukla to the former Swedish Prime Minister, who told me, as Robert told me, that one of the main reasons why your party will be expelled from the Party of European Socialists is that you were in Moscow and Beijing for the celebrations marking the end of World War II and that you met with the Russian and Chinese presidents. I am proud. In 2004, when we joined the European Union, I was convinced that this was the only project that could guarantee peace on the European continent. However, today the European Union is becoming not a force for peace but a force for war. And let's admit that we talk more about war in the European Union than we talk about peace. Let's admit the huge mistakes we have been making recently. I would like to remind everyone who loves war so much that it is not a computer game. Slovakia has no moral, historical, or legal reason to consider any military adventure. And I recommend that the EU devote the same energy it is currently devoting to war to ending the war in Ukraine, because it is in its hands. Once again, I stand by my words that it is often the efforts of several European Union states that support the war. This war could have ended long ago. That is why I am saying this in front of the whole of Slovakia. I have had a long and rich political career. If you want a war prime minister in Slovakia, you have to replace me. Me, Slovakia will never get involved in any military adventure.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले.
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.